I have to say that I think all of you would know that it is fair to say that when you hear the name Neil Patrick Harris, you think of a jack of all trades. As an entertainer, this guy does it all. He acts, he sings, he dances. On television, he has played everything from our favorite teenage doctor to an eccentric womanizer. And by the way, did I mention that he's a fabulous magician also? He is also a writer, a director, producer, and comedian. In fact, he's not Octomom, he's an Octothreat. And he has expanded his forte to being truly the host with the most. He's emceed the Emmys, the Oscars, and the Tonys multiple times. And speaking of Tonys, he's got one of those too. Who can forget his award-winning role last year as the transgender rocker from East Berlin in Hedwig and the Angry Inch? We were there opening night, and truly a force of nature was seen on that stage. I mean, ultimately, what hasn't this guy done? But through all of these platforms, including his new star-studded variety show, which is aptly named Best Time Ever, Neil has a way of bringing a diverse group of people together and making them feel good. Let's be honest, what other show can count Britney Spears, Alec Baldwin, and Reese Witherspoon as guest stars? Clearly, we know that when Neil gets behind a project, people want to support it. This is why we are so lucky to have Neil as a New Yorker. Neil is a New Yorker who loves this city, and he's committed to helping others. When he's passionate about a cause, it means that others will lend their support as well. Neil has been a generous supporter of the New York-based organization Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, an organization that, just like God's Love We Deliver, was an early supporter of those affected by the AIDS crisis, and now has expanded its reach to all of those living with other life-threatening illnesses. Along with some of Hollywood's biggest stars like Julia Roberts, Will Ferrell, and Gwyneth Paltrow, he appeared on the televised Red Nose Day event this spring, which raised over $21 million to help children in need. He has brought together some of the industry's heavyweights to raise money. He hosted an event to support the Los Angeles Holly Grove Children's Program, which gives underprivileged kids opportunities to create positive memories. He has also hosted a cookout with celebrity chefs to benefit Alex's Lemonade Stand, a charity that raises funds for childhood cancer. Of course, Neil and his family have volunteered in the God's Love Kitchen. He and his husband, David, prepped, get ready for this, it's true, 2,500 pieces of salmon in an hour at a recent visit. Anna, he beat us. David, by the way, though, is a chef, so I think he might have a bit of an advantage there. But let's be honest, that's still a lot of salmon. He's volunteered at the Los Angeles Mission, which provides food and shelter for the homeless. He is an ardent supporter of the American Cancer Society, Children International, and Feeding America. All of these very different organizations, but all of them promoting health and wellness despite the most difficult circumstances. The list goes on. I should mention, though, that what I love about both God's Love We Deliver and people like Neil is their spirit. They rally people to join forces, and they use their talents to make a positive impact. So it seems very, very fitting that we're honoring someone tonight who is not only a man of many hats in his industry, but whose compassion for those in need really spans the spectrum, from the hungry to those with AIDS to children living in poverty. He's a guy that cares about all of that. So I have to say, it truly is my pleasure to present the Michael Kors Award for Outstanding Community Service to Mr. Neil Patrick Harris.